Let's say good morning to our co-host. He is a retired admiral, former president of the Berkeley County Commission, active seeker of parking spaces in the city of Martinsburg, Mr. William Bly Stubblefield.
Good morning, Rob. Colin has an able assistant. Can John Gilstrap and I get an able assistant?
You are each other's assistants.
Oh, I lose out there.
Wow.
You think you lose? You ought to try being him.
Wow.
Let's say good morning to
the able assistant.
He's got you as an assistant. Imagine his scenario. Let's say good morning to John Gilstrap, New York Times best-selling author, retired firefighter, safety engineer. He wants to be an astronaut when he grows up. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. My assistant is a 2-star. So, what does that tell you?
You're pretty darn important.
I am important.
Yeah, I guess that's how you look at it. It's all perspective, right?
It's all relative.
Before we welcome in our guests, the mayor of the city of Martinsburg, Kevin Knowles. Morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
His trusty assistant, city manager, Andy Blank.
Good morning. I have 0 stars.
And he's already been worn out by Bill. The pregame this morning was active, to say the least. Let's bring in John Doyle, by the way, as well, via telephone. John, good morning to you.
Good morning to you and everybody else.
Great to have you with us there via telephone, John, because you're promoting an event that I asked Mr. Knowles about, which he's aware of, too. So go right ahead, John.
Yeah, this coming Monday evening, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Purple Iris. The House of Delegates Democrats, the all nine, well, they won't all nine be here. The Corporal's Guard of Democrats in the House of Delegates are having a kitchen table tour around the state. The first one was last night in Huntington, and I haven't yet talked to anybody to see how it went. But the second one will be this coming Monday at the Purple Iris in Martinsburg. And what they want to do, there'll be several of them, is listen to any questions and ideas that anybody in the Eastern Panhandle has that wants to show up and talk about it. And people in the audience will certainly be allowed to ask questions, but they'll also be allowed to simply offer an opinion about something. The only thing that we ask is, if we have a good crowd, and we hope to have one, is that everybody who comes tries to make their questions and comments as succinct as possible, simply so that everybody that's there, if possible, can have a chance to ask their question or make their statement. But that's the bottom line, and any state issue is game, and that can include local issues that are affected by statewide questions. Like, for example, the rain tax that our one local delegate is constantly talking about. It can be data centers, because that's a state issue, but it also has some effect locally. And even if you come up with a national issue that clearly is something that the legislature can do something about, that's fair game. So we hope that a whole lot of people will show up.
Mr. Knowles, any comments?
Well, I had the wrong event. I thought he was promoting his picnic on Saturday.
I see.
So sorry, John, but I know about
the Monday. Well, that's okay. I'll do that if you let me.
No, well, you already took up too much time.
Did you mention a Corporal's Guard of the Democratic Party?
I said it's the Corporal's Guard. The phrase has apostrophe S, and it's a term used to mean a small number of people.
Oh, it's not an official thing?
No.
Oh, okay. These aren't people dressed up in...
John, you've never heard the phrase Corporal's Guard?
I have never heard the phrase Corporal's Guard.
I like the way John said no. He was acting like Gilstrap's the stupidest person on the planet for not knowing what a Corporal's Guard is.
Well, no, John Gilstrap is a very intelligent person.
Yes, he is.
No, I was astounded he had never heard the term Corporal's Guard.
The way you said it, I assumed it was people with, hats with plumes on it, and they come down and it's the Corporal's Guard. No, literally, I'd never heard that phrase before.
Yeah. I was laughing at you.
What Richard Nixon wanted to do with the
White House guards?
The White House guards, yeah. Make them look like something out of the Student Prince.
Did you want to promote your Saturday picnic?
Yeah, sure. Noon at Morgan's Grove Park. the Jefferson County Democratic Association. It's having its annual, we used to call it a barbecue. We debated calling it a picnic. We're now calling it a fall social. And the reason is we have a much more elaborate menu than we've ever had in the past. I will confess I argued very strongly against it. We're not having lobster thermidor, but we got stuff close to it. So anyway, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's from 1 until 3:30, and it's $40, and you can come out and choose from all kinds of hoity-toity dishes and have nice political conversations with the people you know and maybe people you don't know.
All right, very nice. John, thank you kindly. I appreciate you phoning in the information this morning.
Well, you're welcome. And incidentally, that kitchen table tour, back to that on Monday, there are 10 cities that they're going to within a space of a month and a half after Martinsburg. It's Morgantown, Charleston, Fairmont, Wheeling, Gilbert, Lewisburg, Flatwoods, and Beckley. And so these folks want to hear what people are thinking.
Hey, John, this is good information, but I thought you were going to tell us all about it last Wednesday.
Yeah, I thought so too, Bill, and thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Mr. Doyle.
You just want to take up my time.
He almost got out of that unscathed. Any day John Doyle is a part of with me is a good day. Mr. Knowles, welcome back, sir.
Do you have time for us?
I can squeeze you in between now and my 8:31 that I have here this morning. A couple of things. First and foremost, Bill, I know you have a complaint about something in the city, so why don't we start off with that?
I think it's been resolved, but let me set the stage. I was at a meeting at Eastern West Virginia Community Foundation the other day, as was 2 or 3 other folks, and we could not find a place to park. There were very few metered parking out of that fairly large parking lot. They're all permits, and at one time it may have been full with permits, but that time I bet there was not more than 10 permitted stalls. There were a lot of empty spots, but you could not get to them because they were not paid parking meters. But anyway, talking with Kevin and Andy before the show, they have assured me they're going to look into this and hopefully will not have the same problem in the future. That is your government service at work, Rob. Government service at work.
And you've also been told where to go to park.
You did. Let me. I did not want to go to that last part, but I called Kevin the other day and said, "What do I do?" And Kevin said, "There is another parking lot. It's not official, but you can park there without any problem," which I did, Kevin. Thanks very much for that. So.
And it's probably a shorter walk than a long.
Yeah, much shorter walk. It was a great place to park, but I don't know if you want to make it that available to everybody or not.
Can we tell people what that parking lot
I'll
is?
leave it up to Kevin.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if it's an overflow parking lot, it's privately owned, and I don't think Chief Gibbons would mind if somebody had to park there for purposes of doing business within the city. So it's right across the street from the station.
It's not paved; it's gravel or dirt, but it was accessible and available. And thanks, Kevin. I made my meeting on time because of that.
Yeah, I just spoke for the chief.
Yeah.
How will the chief know the purpose of why the
now,
car
John,
is
you have
parked
to
there?
go. You have to really dig into that. Right?
Okay, all right.
Kevin, let's
We're
talk
just going to make an assumption.
Okay.
city council meeting this week on Thursday night, if we can maybe move and transition into that area here. A couple of things that you folks were able to accomplish there, and one of which was a donation.
Well, yeah, we have received money from the opioid fund from the state.
How much did you receive?
I'm not sure the total. I think right now we're sitting at around $600,000. Is that correct, Andy?
Yes, we received another check this week from the First Foundation. I think the account's up to about $800,000.
Yeah, so we're looking at different organizations that would benefit by the use of this funding. So we were able to donate $2,500 to the Friends of Recovery, which is an organization that is helping individuals that are in the drug courts, that help them with moving on a little bit faster than whether it be paying for rent or heat or anything like that they may need to get through the process. And that drug court has been a very successful tool for the county, not only here but in Berkeley County in the past. That first time I sat on the first drug court was with Senator Yoder, Judge Yoder, that
the
started
late
that.
John Yoder,
we sat on that. He ran, and I sat on the first one there. So I know the success that it has and the good that it does. So it was kind enough the council voted for that, and we were also able to identify an organization that it's a Martinsburg Recovery Church that is starting new programs for teens and youths, and being able to transport people that for whatever reason at this time aren't able to drive a vehicle to either whether to 12-step meetings and or appointments and to services and programs.
Kevin, do you have requirements or criteria established that they have to meet before money's dispersed to them?
Well, I don't. I'm going to say it, and that people can dispute it. There's nobody more qualified to check on an organization that could use that money than I am. I set up all the services for the county and a lot of services for the state. So we do have some criteria to do that. It's called the Moral Fund that Andy has put together some identifying points for individuals if they want to put something towards it.
No one questions your background and your integrity, but unless there are criteria laid out, it's subject to abuse. It can be abused, either in reality or perception.
Yeah. Thank you.
So any expenditure that is approved by the council has to abide by a memorandum of understanding that every jurisdiction signed when this opioid settlement money happened. So the money just can't be given willy-nilly for any purposes. It has the baseline of it is it has to meet the MOU. There's an annual report that has to be given to the West Virginia First Foundation, and there's an audit that is made of that. So those funds do have criteria that the council agreed to when they did get the opioid settlement money.
And so that gets passed on to the individuals once the money is allocated.
Andy, you mentioned 800,000 is the balance roughly. Is there more coming into that fund over the years?
There is more coming. I've asked for a schedule several times. I haven't gotten a schedule. We have a rough idea of how much it is. There was originally an allocation. That allocation was changed a little bit between the county and the city. I have not seen a payout schedule. This isn't the first time the council has given money. The council has given money to a partnership with the county to East Ridge for a sobering center that's supposed to be opening up in the next month or two. We've given money to the Martinsburg Initiative. Not we, the council has given money to the Martinsburg Initiative. So as money has come in, that money is trying to go to the places where it can best help recovery and the purposes of the MOU. Also, in the first tranche of that money, some of the money went to police and fire, our own police and fire, which is eligible under the MOU, in order to try to solve some of the prevention efforts, whether it was drug dogs, additional cameras downtown, equipment for the fire department, because over the last several years, police and fire have been on some of the front lines of this. So all that's public. All of it has to comply with the MOU. All of it's audited, and all of it has to go into an annual report.
Can it be used for salaries? We
have allocated some money to the Martinsburg Initiative for the social workers and for vehicles for them to be able to. We were the first police force to have social workers within the police department, and we're currently working on having a part-time social worker for the fire department. So the grants that we work with outside of this funding with Martinsburg Initiative has allowed them to place social workers within our system, and we were able to. We have not used any of that money for any kind of administration or fees or any type of payment or I want to say salaries, but for programs and for pieces of equipment that would benefit the cause.
There's an obvious need for spending this money on recovery issues, and you talk about prevention in terms of dogs, law enforcement efforts. Are there prevention measures kind of on the human side? I don't know what leads to drug addiction, but there's a series of events, obviously. Can some of that money be spent on the social issues for people who are not yet addicted?
Yeah, and that's part of the monies that we allocated last night are for programs for youths and teens for education and prevention, so that we could catch it.
And what do those look like roughly?
You know, there's a lot of different things that, you know. One is you have the ACEs program, which identifies individuals that might have a propensity of having a problem with drugs or alcohol based on situations in their life or incidences in their life that might have caused them to go off track a little bit. And by identifying those things early, you have an opportunity to keep individuals educated and moving forward in a more positive direction.
Do we have data for young people if the route for addiction is social? It's what everybody's doing, so I'll do it too, or is it from trauma?
But you know what? I would say it's probably 50-50 because you know, I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, you know, they had the keg parties and everything that started, at least for me, and then, you know, trying some marijuana to test the waters there, and a lot of it just starts testing. And when it gets to a point where they start testing the pills and you get into the opioids, nobody ever wakes up one day and said, I'm going to try a heroin or a fentanyl. It's a progressive thing that brings them forward a lot quicker, a lot faster. You know, what we do forget all the time is that alcohol is the start of that, and alcohol is the number one addiction within the state of West Virginia, and people forget about that, and that's why we committed $200,000 and the county $200,000 for a sobering center for individuals that may get picked up for public drunkenness or things like that, and they're brought to this facility, and they need to stay there until they're sober, and they have an opportunity to speak to individuals that are either peers or counselors to try to get them the services that they need to be able to make some changes in their life so they can move forward in a more positive direction.
So is that kind of program and that kind of facility eligible for the First Foundation money?
Yes, it is. Well, it should be. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but I would say 100% yes.
Right.
Mayor Kevin Knowles, City Manager Andy Blake here on the program with us. Kevin and Andy, ultimately, do you know any ballpark of what the final amount of money will be when they're done dispersing all of it to the cities?
I did, but my early dementia, I guess, is taking place. I don't have it off the top of my head. I have it in my office.
Is it millions?
It's substantially less than that now because of the allocation that was redone between the county and the city. But over the course of the next 10 years, correct me if I'm wrong, Mayor, is it around $3 million or something like that?
It's a little bit over $3 million, somewhere in that area, and you know, as more suits come in, that could increase along the way. I mean, they did have another suit that added some more money to that foundation, and as that comes in, that's why we're seeing a little bit more checks coming in.
You know, in regards to your question about salaries, as an administrator, I'm very hesitant to use one-time money for salaries, so we don't usually do that. You know, the Martinsburg Initiative, which has been a very key partner for us, you know, they get a lot of their grants through federal government, so just to kind of see what's happening over the next year or two, you know, we're trying to hold some of that back because I can tell you that the social workers within the city of Martinsburg's police department has made a big deal. Those are funded by and provided by the Martinsburg Initiative, and so we want to make sure that those can keep going if something would happen. So we don't want to immediately spend all of those funds until we see what's going to happen, because I think that the council has been a key partner and wants to be a key partner with the Martinsburg Initiative, who has done good work for the
city. And those social workers have made a huge impact. They've turned when they first started, you probably had 3/4 of the police officers didn't want anything to do with them, and currently today they have 100% support from every one of those officers because they see the the tools that they bring for when they go on calls that individuals either you're taking the parents in front of their kids, they're able to work with the kids, and even the officers themselves. Officers see a lot of things that you and I don't see, that a lot of times they stuff down inside them, and now they're able to talk about it to the social workers right on stop.
Let me go back to first principles just a second. This has been discussed in the past, but I admit I do not know the answer. The money that comes, is it, there has to be some direction how it can be used. Is it for prevention, to cut down on the prevention of the drugs? Is it to reimburse certain expenses that a community has incurred? Is it some aid to the families, or is it a combination thereof?
It's a combination of a lot of things, and definitely two of the three that you mentioned at the time. That there's, I don't know of anything where it says anything about compensation for the families,
Okay.
but yes, for monies that have been spent to try to make that up. I mean, keep in mind that our fire department ambulances were called out on a regular. We were the third largest or third highest county in the state, of a state that was number one in the nation for overdoses and overdose deaths. So they were burdened with that, and it just now it's an opportunity to get new equipment, whether it be Narcan, different types of things for prevention, and also to be able to hopefully have that social worker within the fire department.
Is there any concern? Martinsburg has come a long way in terms of rebuilding downtown, and I call it gentrification. There's a downside to that, but I don't mean that. I mean only a positive way, the gentrification of downtown. At the same time, we've done such a great job of all this that we're talking about. Is there a concern that at the very time that we're trying to build up Martinsburg to be sort of a shining city, we're also making it a magnet for recovering addicts to come here from elsewhere?
Definitely not. One thing that what we are blessed with here is growth. So with that growth, there's a lot of you don't see a lot of recovery residences around here because they can't. It's not affordable to individuals. So, you take a place like Huntington or Parkersburg, where those cities have a lot of places that can be bought and fixed up for housing. That's they have more of that issue than we would see. But no, we definitely don't see that. We take care of our own people here. We're fortunate because we're able to put people to work. We have a lot of companies that are on board with helping individuals that are trying to get their life back together. And if you were to talk to some of the big corporations, and if they had somebody that they hired a year ago that is still in recovery, they're going to tell you that they're one of their top workers. People that do recover are some of the best workers you'll ever see.
Virginia Sign just texted me. We had 3 people who graduate from adult drug court yesterday.
Yes.
And she thanks you for the work that you've done in getting everything set
Well, I thank
set
her.
up.
She's a huge part of that program there too.
Yeah, very good. I got a final minute. It's yours. Whatever you want to say, sir.
Well, Andy, I think I've stole the show here. Do you have anything that you'd like to bring up here?
Yeah, some other business the council did last night. They approved paving bids, so the paving, our annual paving program will begin this in the next month. They approved last night, thanks to congressional earmark, a brand new $1.8 million ladder truck that will replace our 20-some-year ladder truck, which is great. It will take about 3 years to get here. That's the problem, though. This equipment takes a long time to get in, whether it's ambulances, fire trucks.
10 seconds.
A lot going on, and we'll talk about it next time. And I'll solve Bill's parking problem, maybe, but I'm not making promises.
Thank you, Andy.
Andy, for
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.